Hey everybody, welcome to That's Good Stuff, the show where we review pop culture's newest releases. And this week, the newest release was Normal technically 2025 because it had a premiere in Toronto, but it came out this last week. So this one is directed by Ben Wheatley. I don't know who this guy is. Horror thriller stuff.
He did the Meg 2,
The Meg, there you go, the Meg
plus
2.
a lot of other films.
Rebecca, is that the awful Rebecca one? The remake of the Free Fire. I've seen Free Fire. I saw High Rise wasn't very good. Free Fire was pretty fun. So Normal is basically by the team that brought you John Wick and the Nobody franchise, and does star Bob Odenkirk and Henry Winkler's in there, the Fonz, and Lena Headey. So this movie is about a sheriff. He's an interim sheriff. So, filling in for the sheriff who passed away at this town called Normal, Minnesota. And there's like secrets to this town. Nothing is like what it seems. In the first part of the movie, we saw it opens with the Yakuza and they're blasting AC or not ACD, the Aussie and Japanese. And the Yakuza, they're in trouble for something, so they got to take out their fingers, and then they send them to Normal, Minnesota. And when we get there, Bob Odenkirk has just taken over the job. He's like, I'm interim. All I got to do is make sure the town doesn't like blow up or something, and I'm good. I'm not here to cause problems or anything. And the people, they're like pretty friendly, but then they have this weird anger streak that, like, every once in a while they just start yelling at each other and fighting. It's kind of weird. Um, but it turns out there's a conspiracy, and the mayor's in on it. And it turns out the whole town's in on it, and they've taken money from the Yakuza, and it's at the bank. And at first, it's just Bob Odenkirk and this couple of thieves who there's like millennials that tried to steal the money, and he's got to like protect these two so they get out alive because they're trying to get them. And it's very John Wick action. It's like a comedy. It's a kind of like how would you explain it? Like the '80s violence, but with like very comedic all the time. It kind of started off where it seemed like it was going to be kind of like a normal movie, like trying to tell a story about a sheriff, like an old west or neo western type movie. But then it just kind of they're just like, oh, time for the fun and the guns and stuff like that. Um, what what else is there to say about this movie? I mean, if you've seen Nobody, it's pretty much like that. Um,
I liked it a lot more once it got to the action stuff. I thought,
really?
yeah, I thought the beginning was kind of rough because there's a lot of like exposition. I didn't like the narration he does at the start, and it just wasn't like too interesting there. But once they get to the bank and like all the power goes out, then it gets really fun with like all the action and everything. Um, there's a lot of stuff just I always like this in movies. Like I like kind of like thrillers set in like the snow. I love the setting. Um, I love when there's like a small town that has like kind of a secret and everyone just acts kind of weird. I like that. I think it's weird just how everyone in the town just kind of turns like comically evil once they like reveal their secret.
Yeah, it's kind of like Hot Fuzz,
Mm,
where the town's just nuts,
yeah.
and the cops are
Like
there.
I can see a town doing this, but I don't think they just like switch as soon
Yeah,
as you figure it out. But
yeah, and I don't think they'd be all like grabbing guns, and it's kind of relies on that, rural people are crazy type thing. They all have guns and they will shoot you.
they're
It's
just
kind
on the
of
wall loaded.
Yeah, even the old ladies and the the mailman and the pastor. It's just like everyone, man. Everyone is after you. I kind of like the once they got rid of the thief couple. I didn't really like them. They were pretty silly, and I was kind of surprised they didn't like stay with us the whole movie.
Yeah.
They actually just leave, and it's like,
Hmm.
okay, those guys are gone. Um, but yeah, it's like I wasn't a big fan of this. I guess I'm getting a little tired of the John Wick kind of styles. I need like story. Like John Wick has at least in some of the movies have some story to it, and they have like the assassin stuff. This and nobody. They kind of like hint at a bigger story, but they don't actually do anything with it just because I don't think they want to. I like Bob Odenkirk, man. I love Better Call Saul. It's one of my favorite shows. And he's a fun actor to watch. I just wish he'd be in some better stuff, I guess. He wants to, he like has fun with these action roles and he wants to do them. So
He's like a Liam Neeson now.
yeah, so I just hope he could find some better writing.
I liked this action is kind of different from John Wick because like in that they're all like very skilled assassins. This they're just kind of using what they have, and
Yeah.
it like felt like a video game when you like run out of good weapons, so you just start chucking grenades and stuff. Um, but yeah, there's also I like the shootout at the end is very like kind of like 80s shootout. I
Hmm.
thought so
Yeah,
you don't really see that as much now.
that
Aside
kind
from
of
like John Wick.
reminds me of Free Fire
Hmm.
of that one movie. I did like the part I thought was funny where he's in the sheriff's office and they have this like big armory, so he's like getting geared up. He's got
Hmm.
like his weapons, and then like immediately gets knocked out.
Hmm.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Um,
I think they could have like stretched the add more mystery to it, I think. Like they kind of just reveal it early on and then it just kind of goes. So
yeah,
I think
yeah,
they
because
could
you kind of think because that's what I was thinking about the beginning, where you said it was kind of slower.
hmm
But I was like, oh, it's like gonna be like kind of him trying to solve this case the whole time, and it's like no, it's like there's this part where it stops and it's like
yeah.
time for action. Um, I did like. Alien's kind of happy note, and I kind of like that. Where
hmm
it's like the whole time he's calling his wife, but she won't pick up, and at the end she finally picks up, and I thought that was kind of nice. Where do they go at the in Texas? Are they in
Yeah.
Texas? Yeah, near the coast. But yeah, I mean, is there much more to say? What I'm trying to think. Like the music is like old music,
hmm
kind of fun.
And then the Japanese have like hip hop.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I don't know. It's there's a scene. I think that scene in the diner is probably the best part.
Yeah.
At the end, and it starts off like they're getting away with their little ruse, and because that's the one thing I didn't expect for him to like, instead of like shooting everyone and like that's the he
Yeah.
just kind of like makes a deal with them. He's like, okay,
Mm.
he just kind of takes over the mayor's part, and he's like, all right, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. I wasn't expecting that, and then the end is just chaos, and it starts off pretty
hmm
funny because it doesn't like they think they're all about to think they're gonna get away with it because the
hmm
Yakuza are happy and they're happy, and then something just like terribly goes wrong, and then they all start shooting each other. Um, so yeah, the more I think about it, it's not like the worst thing I've ever seen.
No.
I was probably gonna give it like a C minus, I think. Um, but yeah, I mean, do you have
If you
any?
just Yeah, if you're just going for like a quick like action movie with like a cool setting and everything, then it works for that. Just don't go into it like expecting like a really like intricate story or anything. But
Yeah, Do you think the comedy works fine? I mean, it was fine, right?
Most of it, yeah.
I mean, it's mostly like slapstick and
Yeah.
it's not like jokes or anything, but yeah, you gotta. I guess you gotta be in that kind of mood for that movie because
Hmm.
I just saw Exit 8 like right before it, and I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, that. I guess that didn't really put me in the mood. Um, and then I was with some like sitting with older people in there, and they could tell they're kind of like, what the heck is this? I thought we were getting like small time sheriff kind of movie, but we're getting this John Wick character style stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so that's normal. Sorry, I was gonna say nobody did, but that was normal. Any last words on this one, Jonah?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, if you like John Wick, maybe you like this. I think Ballerina is probably better than this,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's the same style of action and everything. So if you like that, you might like this. So tell us what you thought. If you saw normal, like, subscribe, and notify yourself for even more good stuff. And we'll see you next time.